Hello and welcome, this is Mousegunner, and we're back with some more of the multi-consumer products playthrough of Stellaris using the MegaCorp DLC. We have the resources to make another ship, so let's go ahead and do so in the Stellaris station, another destroyer. And see how that war is going. We're looking at 79% to 54%. Okay. Still going the way we wanted to. How is our enemy in relationship to us still? Still overwhelming. Been able to match them economically, which is good. I mean, obviously we would want to be more so than they are. Oh, I also have a ship that
Upscaling complete.
Well, now they're both here, so we can send both of them over there. Alright, so I'm going to need to keep an eye on this science ship to see what happens when it gets to this location. Oh, speaking of science ships, how is the one that has its long trek going? Okay, it's here. We're sending it there, so it's still got a ways to go. Okay, one of our governors leveled up. And in one more tick here, we'll have the resources to get the last of our... Actually, no. We still have room for 2 more ships. Okay. Alright, well, let's go ahead and build that now. Tell these guys to merge up. And once we've done whatever this is, we'll pop back over and start surveying again. Apparently I surveyed here at some point, probably because there was something there. Maybe one of our objectives. Speaking of which, what are our objectives at the moment?
Science ship facing unfair competition.
Oh, meant to pause there. Ether Drake encounter. The creature observed in the NF system is unlike anything the MCPS such and such has previously encountered. Highly aggressive and with destructive capabilities to match, it guards a planetoid that initial scans indicate is exceptionally resource rich. Okay, let's take a look at this thing. Alright, so we got a giant... We can't really see it too well because of the sun, but let's get a different angle here. Kind of a space dragon of sorts. Alright. Means we need to get our science ship out of there. It should naturally be moving away, although it looks like it is being engaged. So we may have to sit here and hit the retreat button, but we've got 27 days. I think we're going to lose our science ship. We may lose our science officer. He's done good service for us. Let's see what happens here.
Upscaling complete.
Yeah, this thing's too fast.
Scientific asset lost.
Yeah. Well, as I said, he served us well. He was up there in age, so it was a loss we were probably bound to have anyway. Because I think he was well into his 90s. This is our other science officer that is also quite ancient. And at that point, I do want to build another science ship. Now, the same thing may happen with this ship. Again, we have a science officer that's very old, so as much as they're high level, they're probably going to... They may even die before they get there. But now we know a little bit more about what is here. And that actually teaches me that our enemy here is not... Oh, no, they've got a path here. I was going to say, if that was a good... If it had been here, that would have been a great block off of our enemy, and that'd be one direction we wouldn't have to worry about. But now, looking at it, yeah, that's unfortunate. Alright, so he died. Didn't really want to go back to the map here. That's unfortunate. Yeah, and it just, the thing's so fast and at such long range, we weren't able to escape it before it could just blow us up. Because it takes a lot of days before we could get retreat going, and definitely that thing's too powerful for us. I didn't see what its power factor was. I didn't really pay attention. I don't know if it tells you about Leviathans. They may just give you a little skull indicator, I believe. You kind of just have to guess at how powerful they are. But judging by how fast it was and the kind of range its weapons I use weapons, that term loosely, but the range that it could do damage. Not sure we're ready for that kind of a confrontation. I will replace that science ship, but right now we just have other things that I'm worrying about as far as resources go, like, for example, building our last ship. Once that happens, well, we can't build any more ships, so it's going to be upgrading the ships. That would be the next priority. At that point, I would have no problem. Let's go ahead and get our last destroyer here. I would have no problem go ahead and just building that science ship. We have a spare science officer, so it's not a big deal to do so. And we have stuff to survey. We could get that person's experience up. We have an anomaly to take a look at, I believe, in this system. Yeah, so those are all things we would want to do. So yeah, we'll get on that. I may end up expanding here, even though I don't really have the admin cap to deal with the sprawl. I mean, we already have quite a bit of sprawl, and it might be the case for a lot of empires that they're dealing with a lot of sprawl issues. But yeah, we'll just keep an eye on that. Speaking of things we need to keep an eye on, how are things going on our planets? Okay, seems like we're doing okay there. Hicklum,
Upscaling
all right as
complete.
well. Regulus. Now, Regulus was one of the ones where I was thinking about building something, whether it be a generator district. Obviously, we can't do mining because there is no more mining here. We don't really need food production, so I'd lean towards the generator district out of all of the things that I could choose from. So, I mean, either that or just another housing district, city district. I mean, if we're gonna pay the penalty for this kind of thing, we get the jobs and the housing in one package deal. So that might be the better job or the better choice, especially as you do get trade value, and trade value does turn into energy credits. So it'd be more or less the same thing as getting a generator district. We do have a tech that helps with generator stuff, but yeah, I'm thinking we go city district here. Well, either way, I'm gonna go ahead and build one of these. Although I can't afford a city district, I probably would have been able to afford a generator. All right, we're now maxed out. Let's send this ship over to this fleet, our secondary fleet, and it's just going to be saving up alloys to do upgrades to our fleet, our current fleet. That's going to be expensive. We may even get more tech. I'm not sure. I have to remind myself what we're working on. Okay, this isn't necessarily going to be anything. I mean, it will help our defense platform, so we might as well wait to upgrade those until that tech comes out. I don't know if that's an actual component that I have to put in. We'll look at that once we get it. And I can't afford that science ship, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it. We'll do it in Gorham Station, because that's going to be the closest to where I want to be. We'll just go ahead and build a science ship. At this point, science ships they're not that expensive, so get one of those pretty quickly. Okay, one of our scientists leveled up. That's always good. Let's get these guys merged together. Probably I can have this fleet upgrade now. Yeah, it only costs 33 alloys for them to do so. What's going on here? Okay. Made peace with the, okay. So I'm gonna guess that these guys won based off of what I'm reading here. It's again, I'm not as used to reading this stuff, and it's a little unclear here, but I'm gonna guess what happened here is that they won and they got a system. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but not the most clear information sometimes. All right, so I'm still getting
Upscaling complete.
a tracker here. So did I not do what this is telling me? I mean, I guess we'll leave it turned on because we know that there's a Leviathan there. I'm starting to think that moving this guy all the way over there to see what's there is becoming less and less of a smart idea. And I mean, he's so close. At this point, he's more than halfway there, so we might as well just let him go ahead. But I'm starting to think that it might just be another Leviathan. They're just going to kill me. Another thing that I have to consider is I believe you need a science officer to be able to explore. So if I'm not, if this guy doesn't survive the trip, I'd have to hire a new leader, and I really wouldn't want to throw somebody that we just hired away for a job like that. So yeah, I'm not really thinking that's a good idea. All right, well, in any case, let's go ahead and assign a new leader here. And we'll have you come over. It was over in here that you can do the anomaly. And then we'll have you survey over here, because again, this might be a good spot for expansion. We've got a 8 trade node here. We do have a few starbase capacity, so that's good as well. We don't know what's here, so that might be valuable as well. So we want to survey, I would say, at least 2, like here, and then these 2, to see how valuable this area is. But so far, this system and this system, they're fairly decent. This one being the most valuable. We'd have to worry about piracy in this area, but not that big of a deal. And of course, depending on what this anomaly is, we might find something even cooler. Okay, well, hold on. Let's see what that, because these guys are somebody that are potentially friendly with me. Oh, okay, so they're rivals of these guys. That's perfectly fine, as they are one of the ones that is an ally with these guys. So it's pretty much these guys, and the Elamid are the ones that are our main rival, or our allies of our rival. How's the war going now that we are thinking about things like that? Okay, so they're at 92% war exhaustion, so they're almost capped out. The defenders are going to have quite a while before they get capped out at 100%, so that's going to put a lot of pressure on the attackers to end the war. It may be inconclusive, we'll have to see.
Research actualized.
All right, so we get some research. So that gets our upgrade to the... we should have the strategic resource for that. Yeah, we're doing quite well there. So that's going to be a couple places we can upgrade. Oh, and I was thinking about doing the thing on Regulus. Now we don't really need to, because we're going to get those jobs out of this, because we already have a research station there. Okay, let's see what our next research is going to be. We definitely want the cold fusion reactor out of this, but I'll just check what these other things are. So we've got basic combat roles, recent workers in A. Behavior theory allows us to designate specific combat roles to our shipboard computers. Okay, and then we get research bonus for physics. We could use that, but honestly, I think I need the power for our ships right now. So I'm going to go with that. We do have the one scientist that has a bonus to this, so we're going to grab them. Can we not grab them because they're busy doing something right now? Let's try that again. Technology. Yeah. See, if you give them actual orders, they can't do it, but now that we stop that order, we can switch these here. So that's what I'm going to do pretty consistently, is I'll if there's a tech that this guy's got a bonus towards, we'll switch them in, because the bonus will make up for the difference in experience level. So in this case, we have a lot of bonuses here because we've got research agreements, but also just, you know, his particular ability here is going to give another plus 15%. So, you know, that's a little bit more valuable. So yeah, we should get this done, you know, fairly fast for what it is. This will be done in another 5 months. All right, so now that that tech's done, I mean, unless I'm mistaken, yeah, we should be able to upgrade these. Apparently, the one thing that we're missing is minerals, which we may be able to just buy. Let's take a look at that real quick in the market. Alloys have been very expensive because of the war, and they're just getting more and more expensive. But minerals should be fine. I mean, nobody's really been doing anything with that. So we'll go ahead and buy... I don't think we're going to max out here, although we could sell to make up for it. Like, we could sell, like, 500 of the consumer goods. I mean, we have quite a lot of that. So, yeah, let's do that. Get some cash from that. And then we'll go ahead and buy 1,000. That way we can get the upgrades in both systems. Or, yeah, both planets, really. But there we go. That should be perfectly fine. And then we go over to Goroth. We do our upgrade there. Because we have plenty of exotic gases, we're not really too much difficulty with that. As a matter of fact, we could be selling exotic gases at some point. That will actually really help us from an economic standpoint. Okay, so yeah, we're going to get one of these. And then over on Regulus Prime, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to get a upgrade to the research complex. Population growing. Okay, we do have our first Gorf citizen. I like saying that because it's the Gorf citizen state. Where did they end up going? They became a technician. Now, that doesn't necessarily the role we want them to be in. And we really don't need another population point of the Gorf, because that's fine. If we build a colony ship, that at least gives us the population to do it. Ideally, you want the Gorf to be not technicians, or researchers. And this Gorf population, you don't know anything about that. Maybe we should have another one come out, because how much is that going to improve? We have 5 jobs versus, where's the 2, so we're gonna have 3 jobs. The problem is, I think when it gets built, the population is going to shift at that point, and then we're going to have a hard time, I think, getting people that have become researchers out of that. So at that moment, we'll get this guy, and he'll help us. But I think, just from a happiness standpoint, we really don't want many more of these, because they do not have good habitability in our system, whereas our own population does. Oh, look at this. What are these guys? So we've got natural engineers and strong. Well, this would be another case of somebody we would want. So let's use these guys now. Get a little bit of diversity of population. They're still working on a Gorf here, so we'll let that play out. And again, hopefully it happens by the time the... You know, one thing I could do... Oh, we're getting a negative penalty because I'm forcing a particular population. Well, when I wasn't doing that, you guys were just doing, like, just random crap that didn't make sense. I mean, maybe that's what we should allow? Okay. I kind of realize maybe that is a mistake now. What happens if I say any species? Oh, wow, it goes all the way back there. Oh, no! We just caused ourselves a lot of growth. Yeah, so every time I click that, it's a big problem. Alright, well, I'll make up for it. I don't know if this is going to go away now. Oh, well. I'll let this guy come in here. But what I do want to do is I want to make up for all that growth I just wasted by getting encouraged planetary growth here. Whoopsies. Well, again, you know, it's a learning process. It's good that I only made that mistake one place.
Ships upscaled.
Okay, so the penalty goes away if you just let anything happen. All right. Good to know. So you want to do that right after you get a population point. You want to allow it so that anybody can come in. So maybe I should do that here. Like, because we don't have that much growth going right now. I mean, I don't know what we're going to get. I mean, I prefer this guy, honestly. But I don't know what I'm going to get if I click any species. Okay, so allowing for growth of any valid species. Doing this will cost us 50% of our current growth. Okay, so I should have read that. Having a prioritized species has the following effects of -20. Okay. Yeah, let's go with any species. Let it do whatever it wants to do at this point. This one I'll let go, though, because we have a lot of growth going through that. Where we slowed down the growth of Hicklum, unfortunately. That was a little bit of a mistake, but... Alright, well, in any case, this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.